Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's get going. This should be a lot of fun. Um, let, us see what we have in the chat. I know it's early in the morning, but yeah, we got some stuff to talk about. What's up, Val? Val's in the chat. How you doing, Val? Good to see you. And Val sends me this message on Instagram. I hope you don't mind me telling people this, Val. But and this happens to all of us, myself included. We had done a watch party the other night, and if you guys didn't see it, it was a lot of fun. And Val was ready to watch the movie with us and hang out. And, it's all situated. And you get comfy, right? You get comfy. You sit in your favorite chair, and then next thing you know, bam, you fall asleep. And that happens to all of us. But I'm glad to see you here, Val. Hope you're doing well, and let's let's get this party started. You guys know the rules.
I'm running this monkey farm now, Frankenstein, and I want to know what the fuck you're doing with my time.
All right, we got it. We got it. Jen's in the chat. What's up, Jen? All right, good to see you. Hope that everything went well with your filming role. That's really really cool stuff. You're gonna be famous, Jen. Don't forget the little people. Daisy's in the chat. What's up, Daisy? How you doing? Saying good morning, everyone. All right. Let's see. And we got Carrie. Carrie's in the chat. What's up, Carrie? Good to see you. Night's coffee is taking longer than expected. Look, you guys know the routine. No, seriously. No, the coffee was ready on time. I was just making sure I was ready. Which and usually with doing these streams, usually they average about 2 hours or so. So I try to make sure I'm pretty much ready to go and got everything I need and everything plugged in. And it's crazy, but I'm good though. I'm good. What's up, Jordy? Jordy's in the chat. Death Central. What's up, Kevin? How you doing? Miss C's in the chat. What's going on? And we got Mega Giants as well. What's going on? All right. Uh, what's up, Larry? Larry's in the chat. Good morning, everyone. All right. And let's see, we got Whitney Fit. Oh, welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good morning. Carrie saying, I missed the Pumpkinhead watch party. Yeah, well, hey, there's always replay. There's always replay. And we really had a good time with that. We hadn't seen the whole panel. None of us had seen it in so long. We had really forgotten a lot about it. But I think Katie had never seen it. I can't remember. I don't think Katie had ever seen it. But anyways, long story short, when you're doing a first time watch of something like that, it's always interesting. So check out the replay. Check out the replay. But we got more to do. We got more to do. Carrie, I fell asleep during the season of the Witch Watch party. It's okay. It's all right. What's up, Polar? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's too funny. I fell asleep during it. That's funny. Oh man. And we got Jason Dyers in the chat. What's up? Time for some radio tower talk. Hey, listen. I would do that, but I don't want Val to come after me, because she gets really, really sensitive to 80. Talk about the radio tower. It's funny though, because we've really kind of moved on from a lot of the speculation for the radio tower. So it's good. It's interesting. It's interesting stuff. What's up, Conrad? Conrad's in the chat. What's going on, man? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. You guys are trying to wind up Jason. So we talk about this radio tower, and then Val's gonna be messaging me like during this live, like, why are you talking about the radio tower? I tell you. Whitney saying thank you. First time, just subscribed. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate the support and hope that you're having a good morning. Welcome to this community. And I'm sure you're going to find some really, really fun times here. A lot of great people. So welcome, welcome. Let's see who else. I thought I saw a couple other people. We got Carl. Carl's in the chat. What's up? It's 3:45 p.m. in the UK. All right. It always amazes me, how we have so many people that they're watching from all over the world. It's really, 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 really cool. One of my good friends, you guys know him, Ginger Ninja, who's absolutely amazing. Is all the way in Australia. Wayne's in Australia. It's just crazy, but it's awesome. It's awesome. Uh, Carrie saying, "Welcome to the Nightwatch Zone, Whitney. We are like Olive Garden. We are family." Yeah, yeah. Andre's in the chat too, saying, "Gotta be honest, movies were more fun before social media." Hmm. Yeah. Well, okay. I think I might know what you mean. Explain that to me. Explain that to me. And for you guys in the live chat, and this is one thing I wanted to do today. I had a couple of questions, so I'll start with Andre's question. For you guys, let me know: were movies more fun before social media? Let me know. That's my question to you guys. And hopefully, all of you can give an answer. It doesn't have to be anything, you know, long or whatever, just a quick answer. What do you guys think? I think it's actually an interesting conversation we've touched upon before in live streams on here and also on the Lethal Collective. But that's a very interesting point. I think it makes for a good discussion. Let's see. Miss C saying, my friend turned me on to YouTube videos of rappers reacting to Loretta Lynn songs. It's the funniest thing. One rap guy even ended up buying the song. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Conrad said, me and Dom had a stream a couple days ago. A lot of laughs and horror talk. All right. Okay. Whitney also saying good morning and good morning to Carrie. Saying, I love it. Excited to be here. All right. What's up, Dre? Cray Dre's in the house. What's up? What's up? Oh my God, this coffee is hitting right. Caramel macchiato coffee creamer is fire. Wow, Carrie, you get serious into it, man. I just got some coffee with some with some. Well, it is hazelnut creamer, but what are you gonna do? Kevin saying, I think Andre is right for the most part. We got some exceptions. Well, let me know what you mean by that. I think I know, but I want to make sure before I get long-winded myself. My personal feeling is that I think that social media, it definitely it kind of takes away from some of the mystery of things. But the flip side of it too is that you have so many more people that are learning about movies in general, and I don't mean just horror, but they're learning about movies in general because of the internet. So I really think it's all about it's two sided. Okay, it's two sided. One side is us, and one side is the people that make the content on the internet, whether it's movie studios, actors, actresses, filmmakers, YouTube, all those types of things. I think one, for the people on that side of the fence, I think it's good, as far as promoting material, giving out information, but not going to the point where you're literally giving away everything about a movie. And I don't know if this is exactly what um, Kevin or Andre meant, but that's where I'm going with it. And then I think on our side of the fence, as viewers or fans, or what have you, I think we also have to make sure that if we don't want to know too much about something, well, then don't look it up. you know. Now sometimes things can be spoiled, and it's almost it's not the viewer's fault, and that's kind of that's a whole nother story. But I think it's twofold. I really do. Let's see. The J Man's in the chat. What's up, Jason? What's going on, man? Um, let's see. Daisy was saying the pros and cons. I'm scared every time I open social media because I don't want any spoilers, but I enjoy talking about movies with others. Yeah, I feel the same way. I really, really do. I love talking about movies, obviously, because that's what I do. And it's fun, and I've learned a lot. By doing it, I've learned a lot from people I've talked to. I've learned a lot from people that are viewers or listeners and friends and other content creators. For me, the pros far outweigh the cons. And if it didn't, I wouldn't be doing this now. So that's kind of the way I look at it. But of course, the cons, you don't want to be spoiled by things. And there are some folks that are out there that, they don't have that same level of care about it. So they like to spoil things and what have you. So that's definitely the downside of it all. Yeah. Let's see. Whitney saying yes, because a lot of people on social media are huge spoilers. Plus, I miss the authentic way. Definitely pros and cons. Now, I will say, I really agree with that part of it. Like back in the day, um, especially growing up in that time period, man, there were so many great surprises that would happen because you didn't know beforehand about movies that were coming out. You definitely didn't know, a lot of the ins and outs of them. And I think that was really, really cool. And I do miss that. That's one of the biggest things I miss. I think that, like for instance, and let me just fix this here. Just for instance, when we talk about movie trailers, I think that nowadays we have usually like three trailers that come out. The teaser, the second trailer, and then a final trailer. Personally speaking, I would have no issue if we just had a teaser trailer or maybe a teaser and one trailer, and that's it. And also the type of care made by the studios to make sure that the trailers don't give away huge plot points. Um, something that's very surface. I really wish that it could be like that, but yeah, unfortunately, it's not. Carrie's saying, I mean, with social media, I can see where Andre is coming from. People can get nasty online, and spoilers are afoot online. Social media is bittersweet. uh, cause promotion and support is also on social media. Yeah, I mean that's true, and I wasn't even thinking about that aspect of it, Carrie. That's a great point too. Talking about people that are on social media that are just not really nice, and how that can make the whole experience not fun, not fun at all. So that's definitely, to me, that might be even worse than the idea of movies per se. It really sucks when you have people on social media that are just really just they're just assholes. But but then again, the other part of it too is that, I mean, you find that in real life as well. So it's interesting. It's very, very interesting. There is absolutely no doubt about that. Jordy saying, I don't mind the watch parties I can join, but I do miss being a kid and having a sleepover watching horror on VHS and only seeing trailers on them. Yes, 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 yes. Those were some good times. I enjoyed those times too. And to me, like, especially now, and especially when the pandemic had first started, and that was really when I first started doing YouTube. Part of the reason for doing YouTube was to have, a connection with people and also my family and so forth. But yeah, the whole idea of watch parties like back in the day, that was fun. But now, the one cool thing about social media is that we can do watch parties with unlimited people, if they join in, and you really do feel like you're watching it with friends. So that's one of the great things about social media. It really is. Miss C saying it depends. I think TV trailers, more so than social media, ruin stuff. But before trailers and social media, I missed a lot of movies too. That's true, and that's kind of what I was saying. I think there's a lot of great information that comes from social media, and I think that that's definitely the positive. I think that's, and I think that positive outweighs the negative. Conrad saying it definitely has its pros and cons, but it's still cool to talk movies. It is, yeah. Jason saying social media gave many people the first time watching Funhouse. that's that's right, man. Yeah, we had a blast with that watch party, and a lot of people had never seen it. I had never seen it either, or at least I don't remember it. I saw a lot of movies when I was a little kid, and I didn't remember the names of them and so forth. So, but it was fun, and like you said, Jason, there's an opportunity to show people new movies and kind of, you know, broaden their experiences with movies. That's a great point, man. Thank you so much for that, Jason. I
You
appreciate
got
you,
the hooks
man.
for that, pussycat?
Who loves you, baby?
Yeah, that's a great point and very true. Very true. Um, J Man saying I would die if I didn't talk about movies. Yeah, right. I know, man. I'm in the same exact boat. You know that. Val saying 22 amazing people watching and only 16 likes. Slash that like button, please. Yes, slash the like button, people. You know the rules.
Yeah, I tried to walk the line, but now I realize there is no line. And we are playing on a level that most will never see.
All right. So please hit the like button. That would really help to support the channel. And I appreciate it. Carrie saying, as for coffee, I get a bit fancy at times. I don't play when it comes to my caffeine. I much rather prefer waking up in Hawaii, drinking Kona coffee. But hey, I will take what I can get. All right. Okay. Dark Moon is in the chat. What's up? What's up? Miss C saying, not always easy to avoid. I did just fine with avoiding H Kills until I went to see Candyman in theaters, and H Kills trailer was played on some type of loop 3 times. Wow. In a theater, they played a trailer 3 times? That's crazy. But I gotta admit, I would have loved to have seen that on the big screen 3 times. But that's crazy. I've been to this. I couldn't even tell you guys the number of times I've been to a movie theater in my life. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. But I have never seen a trailer play 3 times on a loop. That's crazy. I've had times when the movie didn't work and we had to leave and get a refund. I've had times when the sound didn't work. Just a lot of different weird stuff, but I've never seen that. That's crazy. Dre saying a teaser and that's it. That's right. I don't mind. I don't mind if it was just a teaser. I really don't. Yeah. I really wouldn't mind that at all. Andre saying the chest burst scene in Alien would have been spoiled and we would know Apollo died in Rocky 4. That's true. We probably would. Well, you know, it's funny because it seems to me, and for people making these trailers, I don't know. I mean, there's obviously tons of fantastic ones, but there's some that are just crazy. And I know some folks have heard this conversation, but just to say, like for instance, one of my biggest frustrations recently for something that is a big name movie was Scream 5. They literally showed you what was going to happen to Dewey, and they literally gave you an idea of the killers, I will say, you know, and that was just frustrating. That was just frustrating. And, you know, it's unforgivable. We've seen trailers that give away big plot points, and it's like, why? Why would you do that? You know, so I think they need to just have better care of that. I really do. But what can I say? What can I say? Let's see. Let's see. Let me catch up here. Oh, and we have a super chat. All right. Thank you so much. From Daisy, $5 super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. Saying, oh, this is going to be a good question here. What's the last movie you saw for the first time that was a 10 out of a 10? Wow. Man. The last movie that I saw. Ooh, man. that is tough. Wow. Wow, Daisy. That is difficult. A 10 out of a 10. Well, let me preface this. This is not a cop out, but 10 out of 10 is so it's literally perfect. And you guys, some of you guys haven't been around long enough, but I've always kind of played around with the idea of, you know, there's no perfect movie. There's always something. But then I always kind of switch it around and say, but there are some movies that I consider perfect. You know, that is so difficult to answer. The last movie I saw for the first time that was a 10 out of a 10. Jeez. All right, well, let me ask you this. Do you mean just horror or any movie? I'm assuming you mean any movie. Um, wow. It's put it this way. It's been a long time. It really, really has. I will say I'll give you some that I thought were just so friggin' good that I couldn't even believe how good they were. Top Gun Maverick was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. It was such a good movie, and especially in the theaters. It was fantastic. Um, gosh, jeez, The Dark Knight, one of my favorite movies of all time. When I first saw that, it just totally blew my mind. That is a movie that, for me, anyways, and I know it's not perfect, but to me, it's in that special category. Um, wow, that is so difficult. I absolutely loved Hereditary. When I saw that at night in a dark room, and I don't get scared from horror movies anymore. Um, I get creeped out for sure. And that movie, it just creeped me out. It was just so damn creepy. When I was done the movie, I was kind of like, whoa, you know. I had that same experience with Seven. When I saw Seven, I saw that in a movie theater. It was the late show. It was like 11 o'clock at night. By the time we were done, it was almost friggin' like 1 o'clock. I was walking home. And this when I was in the city, and it was just I just felt creepy. I felt creeped out. That was another one that was like that. Silence of the Lambs, one of my favorite movies of all time. When I saw that as a kid, I saw that with my mom, and it just freaked me out. It was a special experience because we both watched it together, and I just absolutely love that movie. So I don't know if I answered that well enough, Daisy, because my mind is, as I'm talking, I'm thinking too. Um, Maybe I would say the last movie I saw for the first time that was a 10 out of 10 was Top Gun Maverick, because I just saw that weeks ago. And it was absolutely fantastic. So hopefully that answered to some degree your question. But thank you so much for the super chat. And that was a fantastic question. Every once in a while and we have some folks that give some really good questions, but that was really, really good, because that really made me think so much. I might even do a video off of that. That was really, really good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's play this clip for you.
Bring that fat ass over here. Oh,
It was just good, man. That was a good question, I'm telling you. Woo. Oh man, it was very good, I'm telling you. Okay, let's now that my mind's all messed up. And Dre's putting in a $5 super chat. Thanks, Dre. I appreciate it, man. I really, really do. Um, he says, since you are really talking about trailer etiquette, when it comes to horror, it's extremely important. So thank you for that night. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Um, Yeah, I mean, trailers are, a gift and a curse. I can't lie. I absolutely love trailers, right? You guys have seen me react to some trailers. And they get you hyped, and they get you, that's what they're supposed to do, get you excited for a movie and promote the movie and so forth. But as long as they don't give away plot points, like you can make a trailer that gives away nothing, but yet it gets you interested in a movie. Case in point, when I saw the Hereditary trailer, in my mind I was thinking, wow, it's going to be maybe this, because my mind works like that now with trailers, and also as a YouTuber trying to, not so much figure out the whole movie, but get a sense of it. The movie was totally different, and I love it. I just recently, and this is the first time I'm saying this live or on the channel, but just recently saw Barbarian just the other night. First of all, that movie is bonkers crazy good. Okay, I'm just gonna put that out there. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but just to say this, the trailer, didn't give anything away, but it did intrigue me to go see it. And that's another good example of a great trailer. By the way, if you guys get a chance to see Barbarian, go see it. Support that movie in the theaters. It's not, to me, it doesn't seem like it's getting marketed as well as it could be, but who knows? Maybe in different areas it is. But as horror fans, we talk a lot, and I know I do, that we want to see something different. We want something new. We want some interesting ideas and so forth and so forth. This is the type of movie that checks those boxes. And unfortunately, if it doesn't do well in the theater, that tells the movie studios, they don't really want anything new or creative. You get what I'm saying? So if you guys are theater goers and you want to go see a horror movie in the theater, and you have the opportunity, check out Barbarian. But Dre, thank you so much for that super chat. I really appreciate it. You're all right, man. Don't you know?
Don't you know that this feeling is only yours and mine? Don't you know that this love would last for all time?
All right, there we go. But thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. Seriously. All right, so let's see. I want to catch up. I know I'm way behind, but as usual, you guys know how it goes. I'm only one man. So I'm going to try to get to everyone's comments, but as usual, if it is a super chat, that does light up and it will go to the front of the line. What's up, horror gang in the chat? All right, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Dark Moon, the Halloween trailer be like, witness the night he comes home this year. Right. Uh, Bluck is in the chat. What's up, man? What's up? Nice to see you. Raiders lose, he switches to a Bucks. I got both hats, man. It had nothing to do with that. Polar saying, I miss when trailers were just voiceovers, so spoilers were minimal. Yes, yes. Oh man, I used to love those trailers so much. I actually did a couple that were kind of like a throwback, like a tribute to the old school ways, like the old Jaws trailer and stuff like that. I used to love that stuff. Seriously, I agree. Kyle's in the chat. What's up, Kyle? All right. Mega Giant saying, thoughts on Melissa Barrera saying Scream 6 will be 20 times more mortifying. Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I actually do have a video that I'm working on about that. So I won't get too deep into it, but I'm happy to hear that. I want to hear that. That's what we want. That's what we want. And I think it's definitely, it makes sense for the setting, right? You know? If you're in New York, it should be more mortifying. It really should. Oh man. Carrie saying I use too many movie references in daily conversation, so I can't even speak without saying something about movies. Right? Absolutely. Absolutely. Jordy saying our local video store used to have a free mag every month that told you about upcoming releases, which was very helpful. But if it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't know about anything these days. Okay, now that's a good point. I want to hold on to that for a second because I am exactly in that same boat when we were younger. And I've told this story, variations of it, but going to a video store was like such a wonderful event. It was an event, guys, and it happened weekly, as long as me and my brother were good. So, my parents, they were smart. Um, but yeah, we used to have these catalogs or these mags that would, show you the movies that were in stock or what was coming and this and that. And it was so cool, man. I learned a lot about movies in that way. I used to, and especially back then, because the cover art to movies, was a big part of what stuck out to me as a kid, and I loved it. I learned about a lot of movies that way, and it was fun. But again, we don't have that anymore. So YouTube, or social media or the internet, however you want to word it, is definitely taking the place of that. So I agree. That's definitely the a big pro for me because I'm such a movie fan. It's like really dominated, my life. It really has. But it's fun. It's a great escape. It's a great creative, thing to enjoy and so forth. So yeah. Miss Carter saying, "Yep, small town theater." Yeah. Whitney also saying, "I feel you, Carrie." Talking about movies and conversations. Yes. Polar saying, I closed my eyes when Nope's trailer was playing at the Black Phone. I was nervous they were going to show too much, and I know what you mean. Although I will say, um, I was very happy that the Nope trailers didn't give away too much. Like when I saw Nope, I was so surprised and happy and so forth. Nope was another one. Kind of to go back to Dacey's earlier question, that when I saw it in the first time watch, it was fantastic. I totally enjoyed that movie. And again, when you say 10 out of 10, it's hard to say a movie's perfect, and Nope isn't perfect, but the experience of watching it in the theater and what I saw, it was great. It was great. Um, Carrie saying, "Thank you, Whitney. Coffee is a beautiful invention." Right? Exactly. Let's see, and I'm trying to catch up. Trying to catch up. Um, Carrie saying they showed Dewey on purpose. I'm telling you, they didn't want an outrage. They didn't want us to railroad us by just killing our beloved character. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's what they were doing, Carrie. Maybe they figured let's leave the breadcrumbs, for the initiated people that are going to pay attention to kind of get a sense of what's going to happen. But I don't know. I guess if that was the reason, it didn't work for me, and maybe that's because I was in denial, because I was thinking there's no way they would show what's going to happen to one of the main characters of this franchise. So if that was their way to do it, I don't think it was the right way to do it, but that's just my opinion. um it just sucked. It was like they're giving it away. I guess I would also say, and I don't know, you guys might feel differently, but I would have rather have not known. And then when I saw the movie, it happens. And again, whether I think a plot point in a movie works or not, or whether I like it or not, I still absolutely love the surprise factor. I hate being spoiled on anything. So I still would have rather have not known that from the trailer. And Carrie, as well as anyone, I mean, I talked we talked about it for months on this channel and on the Lethal Collective, and I swore up and down that it was not going to happen. There'd be no way they would show that in the trailer, and of course, I was wrong. you know. Um, Val saying, "I only watch videos of those I know won't put spoilers or put spoiler alert when there's a movie coming out I want to see. That way I know I won't stumble upon a spoiler." Ah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is, you got to try to be as smart as you can about it. And Val definitely, that's a great point, because for me too, like if I know that there's a content creator or someone on social media that does give spoilers without warnings and so forth, I just stay away from that person, or that channel, when something is out that I don't want spoiled. So good point. Good point. Let's see. And Daisy was saying any movie for her super chat, and that's what I was thinking it was. Yeah, it was a tough question, but I absolutely loved that question. That was a really really good question. Seriously, it really made me think. I love that. Carrie saying 10 out of 10 is very difficult because most movies have flaws, some type of flaw. I feel like close to it would have been Titanic because that movie was just perfection. It was a good movie. It really was. I'm not gonna lie. Good old James Cameron. Uh, Blucka saying Edge of Tomorrow was 10 out of 10 first watch, but the more you see it and pick it apart, it wasn't 10 out of 10 anymore. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I guess I could see that. Yeah. I mean, some movies first watch is the best watch, and then they lose their shine over time, which is too bad. But it happens. It does happen. Dark Moon saying yes. Hashtag the Dark Knight rules. Right? Yeah, it does. Conrad, and I know Conrad's a fan too. The Dark Knight was so special. I was a teenager when that came out. It is such a good movie. It really is. It's fantastic. Val putting in the work as she always does, which is tell you guys, we're a lucky community. We're a lucky community. Thank you so much, Val. Another way you can support this channel is by becoming a channel member. Just hit the join button next to the subscribe button or become a Patreon member. Just follow the link below. And by the way, if you do consider becoming a channel member, and I think there's still an issue with iPhones, the join button does not show up on an iPhone, it does on an Android. So if you do have an iPhone and you do want to be a channel member, which would be greatly appreciated, you'll have to do it on a laptop or computer. But it's really easy to do, and as usual, Val sets us all up the way that we need to be. And I might as well say it now because we are continuing this Sunday our watch party series. To end out the summer, we're doing a watch party series for channel members and Patreon members of the Creep Show TV series. It's been a lot of fun. If you are at the second tier, which is the Jason Bourne tier and above, you are able to watch exclusively with us live Creep Show TV series. And we've had so much fun doing this. I'm telling you, it is such a fantastic old school type show. And we've been very lucky as well to have multiple people join us on the panel live to talk with the live chat. So it's been a lot of fun. So, Val, thank you so much for reminding me about that because we will be continuing that this Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, definitely, if you'd like to help support the channel and do things like that, hit the join button. Thank you. Carrie saying The Conjuring, no lie, genuinely creeped me out. it creeped me out too. Actually, that's a good one too, Carrie. When I first saw The Conjuring, I was just like, wow. I mean, because there was a lot of things about it, right? It did creep me out, but it was so well made. It was so well made. It was so well directed. The acting was on point. Everything. It was creepy. The house was creepy. Great example. Great example. And thank you, Val, for putting the link to the Patreon in the chat. Thank you so much. Daisy saying, I dig it. When I first read that, I was like, what? That's a good one, Daisy.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
They dig it too. Blucka saying Top Gun Maverick was definitely a good movie, but when you copy Star Wars A New Hope, do you expect anything less? Well, come on. Top Gun Maverick was great. I mean, obviously the aerial fighting, but A New Hope copied that from the old World War II, movies too. So it's like, you know what I'm saying. Conrad saying, when done right, trailers could be a great thing. They could. I agree. Yeah, absolutely. And Carrie, thank you so much. Yeah, tomorrow night at 8:30, we'll be talking about Saw 5. We're continuing our series review of the Saw movies, it's been a lot of fun because me and my brother, um, we've talked about those movies for years together, just in conversation, and a lot of interesting things that we've always done or had talked about, and now we're able to do that live with you guys. So it'll be a lot of fun, and we've we've had some interesting conversations so far about the first four movies. So Saw 5 is going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that'll be tomorrow night at 8:30. Tomorrow night at 8:30. Thank you so much, Carrie. Dre saying Barbarian was so crazy. Yeah, yeah. It was. It was. Blucka saying Conjuring never did anything for me that the genre was so played out. The only thing it brought new was a married couple's drama and a standard possession story. Well, I don't know. I mean, and I know there's some fans of the Conjuring, and there's some people that aren't fans of it. But by the time the Conjuring came out, here's the thing: when the Conjuring came out, the genre was dead. They weren't doing a lot of possession stories and things like that. And really, The Conjuring is not only a possession story, but it's also a haunted house story as well. So like they actually combined all those things together. Now me, I'm a big haunted house horror fan. So anytime, and if but they have to be done well. So that was the thing that really attracted me to it the most. um but yeah, I mean, I think it was great. I really do. And it was well made, and it really reignite to me, and we've said this on the channel before, and I think it's very factual. I think it really reignited horror at the time, because when it came out, horror was really kind of just there. Things like Saw and like Paranormal Activity, those types of movies. They kind of had they were kind of on the downside of things, and they weren't really respected as much, as far as critical acclaim and so forth. But The Conjuring came out, and James Wan, I mean, undeniably, James Wan is a great director. I mean, that just you know but I think he really added a lot of things to that movie, that gave it that fantastic cinema experience, like when I saw it in the theater. And anyways, it's just a great movie. But I know there's some people that they're not fans of possession movies or haunted house movies, ghost stories or whatever. So kind of is what it is. um let's see. Conrad saying Bill Skarsgård is on his way to be a horror icon, in my opinion. Could be, could be. Polar saying, was Barbarian anything like Jeepers Creepers? No, no, not in my opinion, anyways. Carrie saying, Blucka, why can't you just enjoy a movie? Oh, jeez. Blucka saying, I enjoy movies, Carrie, just not modern. Is because they copy past movies. Not every modern movie copies past movies. Come on. But here's the thing. Here's the truth of it, though. The movies that we grew up on in our generation, the 70s through the 90s, those movies copied movies too. Like, so there's no, there's always going to be movies that you're inspired from. I'll tell you one thing: Barbarian didn't copy a past movie, and that's just released a few weeks ago. So, I mean, not all modern movies copy past movies. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. And now, don't get me wrong, and part of it is nostalgia too. I'm big time old school. I'm big time old school movies, but I also think that movies were different back then too, because of things kind of like what Andre was saying earlier in this live stream. You didn't have social media, you didn't have the connection, with celebrities, that you do today, and those types of things. And again, it's pros and cons to it, but like I said, if today we've got movies that are being made, and you can have actors or actresses that can literally help to mold what a movie is, and so forth. Now, back in the 80s, you didn't have that much. So it's pros and cons. Like today, you can have someone like Tom Cruise that literally, almost single-handedly crafted, Top Gun Maverick as far as when it came out. Didn't want it to be just streaming and so forth and so forth. So that's a pro that, wouldn't have happened back in the 80s, because actors and actresses didn't have that type of pull. So it's like it's two sides of it. And unfortunately, sometimes the cons can be really, really bad, but sometimes the pros can be really, really good, So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Dark Moon saying the Barbarian ending. Yeah, it was crazy. It's crazy. Blucka saying the Barbarian movie made it pretty obvious that the director writer should be making Resident Evil movies. Maybe. Carrie saying Dark Moon tread softly. Yes, absolutely. So we don't want any spoilers, and you guys don't want to hear the rant I gave on the Lethal Collective the other day because I was like right on the edge of being pissed. So never any spoilers, and we don't even want to know if if you thought the ending was as good as such and such. Just if you have a question about it, ask me or ask whoever's hosting a live stream, and that way you'll never make a mistake. And Valerie also just helping us out. Our Halloween Fest is going to be coming on this weekend. And actually, we do have a little bit of a schedule change, but we've been doing Halloween Fest where we're going through the Halloween movies, doing watch parties leading up to Halloween Ends. So definitely check us out this weekend. We're actually going to be watching Halloween 4 on Steven's channel, which is Craven Something Scary. And I believe we're going to be starting the movie at 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that'll be Halloween 4. Yeah, and it should be fun. Let's see. Blucka saying to Carrie, the biggest box office movie of the year is literally just Star Wars A New Hope copied beat for beat. Copied beat for beat? What? if you're talking about the final run, a part of the final run that is, then yes, but not the whole movie, right, Blucka? I hope so. I hope that's what you mean. That one part, which was, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes of the movie, but the rest of the movie is nothing like Star Wars. Let's see. And I'm way behind. Carrie saying, I remember when I was younger, we would rent movies every month. It was so much fun. No trailers, just going off of the cover art. Yeah, New Year's, we would each buy a movie and watch it with pizza, the best. Oh, that's cool. I remember doing that. Yeah, very, very cool. I mean, when you get to a point where you just take a chance on something, you watch it, and you're just hanging out with friends or family, it's just cool. It was really, really fun. We did that too. Let's see. And I know I'm way behind here. Let's see. Miss C saying, a buddy of mine who has a small YouTube channel did a rant on Nope. It was kind of funny. Luckily, I had seen Nope before he did his review. I still like Nope. Didn't change my mind. Oh, okay. There you go. Polar saying, I understand what Carrie means, preparing us and almost asking for forgiveness in advance with Dewey's death, maybe because of the backlash from Randy. But I'm with you. I'm with you, Knight. I want the surprise. Yeah, me too. Yeah. I think that because here's the thing. We're in a different bubble, so to speak. People that are YouTubers and viewers that really spend a lot of time watching content. We're close to the source material, and the general audience, they don't get that. They're just watching a trailer and they're like, oh, what does this mean? Who's going to die? And some of them might guess, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I think, again, if the studio was thinking that was a way to prepare people, I guess I can understand that. I just don't know if it's effective. I guess what I'm saying is, does it outweigh giving away the surprise? If you have a general audience member that sees that trailer and they see that scene where Gail is literally screaming her ass off, even a general, fan would be like, well, why would she do that? Well, it's either got to be for Sydney or Dewey. I'm going to say it's probably Dewey, so I don't know. It's crazy. Let's see. Blucka saying it's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. Maybe. Let's see. Maybe. Let's see. Green Gaze is in the chat. Knight's my favorite from the class. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's all right.
You got the hooks for that, pussycat?
Who loves you, baby?
That was good. That caught me off guard, man. Thank you so much. uh, Jen is back saying, hello, everyone. I'm off the phone. All right. Dark Moon saying, will you maybe do a theory vid on the Haddonfield teaser? When I release it, will you just need to see what you have going on first? That's a good question. I don't know. I really couldn't give an answer. I will say this. It is crazy. I was just talking to my good buddy Steven from Craving Something Scary the other night when we finished our watch party of Pumpkinhead. And I don't think he won't mind me saying this because he's talked a little bit about it too. But I can't tell you guys the amount of work that goes into trying to, you know, do, the different live streams and, recording videos and editing and this and that. It's crazy. It's so much fun though. It's like a creative outlet, it's a passion. So it's so much fun. But yeah, man, especially last week, we, we didn't have, well, I should say this Monday, we didn't have Slasher Movie Club because we just had to take a night off. It's crazy. So I couldn't tell you for sure, but I can tell you that my schedule is ridiculous because I also work two jobs, and that's the other thing that it's crazy. But I love doing this, and part of the reason that I do these morning streams, and it's been so much fun to do these for the last few months, is because it gives me a chance to talk to people, live in the chat that I may not get a chance to do all the time, in comments and so forth. So hopefully that's an answer. I hope that's an answer. I hope that's a good answer. American Turkey Burger, what's up? I'll be watching along on my projector with you guys. Hey, that's all right. Very, very cool. Yes, yes, yes. Polar saying the Conjuring trailer terrified me. Immediately fell in love. Right? Yeah, and it didn't give away. It didn't give away too much. It was a great trailer. I still remember that trailer all these years later. It's like been what, a decade? Um, Fantastic trailer, and it was great. It was great. Um, let's see. Jordy is asking, have you seen the film The Changeling with George C. Scott? Yes, I have. That film always gives me the heebie-jeebies, creeps me when I was a kid. I love that movie. That's actually on our list to do for a show. I've just been, part of me has been waiting as well for the right time to do it. That is one of my favorite creepy movies of all time. George C. Scott he's just one of those actors that anytime I watched him growing up and obviously as an adult now, I absolutely love just his acting style, his presence. He's iconic. He's a legend. And a lot of people don't know about The Changeling. When I saw that movie as a kid, it freaked me out so bad. It really did. Um, yeah, that's a good call. Good call, Jordy. Good call. That's a good movie too. A great movie. Let's see. Let me just Like I saying, Conjuring came out after the craze of paranormal activity. So it wasn't dead. It was riding the wave of success that Paranormal Activity and Insidious did. Well, but paranormal was going downhill at that time. At least that's my opinion. But put it this way, The Conjuring was a different level as far as the way it was crafted, the directing, the cinematography, all of that, is to me hands and feet above Paranormal Activity. And I've watched all the Paranormal Activities in the theater, and I'm just telling you, but that's just my opinion, Blucka. But I don't think horror was as popular before The Conjuring as it was after The Conjuring, because James Wan really, I mean, to me, what he showed was you can make a horror movie that was creepy and scary, but it was well done, well acted with great actors, and it could actually be, it was respected by people. Like critics actually, they got it, you know. So to me, that's what I mean is that I think it just changed when we did our favorite horror movies of the decades, and we did the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and the 2010s. When we talked about The Conjuring, Coriander and Killian and myself, the big thing that we were trying to get across was just how it just seemed like this was like a new phase of horror, and I really feel that it was. So that's kind of what I mean. Horror is never dead, so don't take that literally. But what I mean was, horror wasn't respected like it was after The Conjuring. At least not by, to me, not by the critics or the general public. So yeah, that's how we looked at it, anyways. Um, let's see. Conrad saying, actually like the idea, Carrie. Different movie, in a different decade. A very great idea. Yeah, with Ty West. Yeah, yeah. I mean, definitely some cool stuff coming from the X universe. I agree. I agree. Green Gay saying, is Barbarian a torture porn film? No, 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 no. It's so creative, though. I'm serious. It's so creative. No doubt. No doubt at all. Mega Giant saying, what are your overall thoughts on Scream 2 the first time you saw the movie? Oh, I loved it. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was able to capture a lot of what was great about the first movie, and it upped a lot of things. It had some great scenes, man. The chase scene in the auditorium with Gail and Dewey, that's still to this day, I think, one of the greatest chase scenes in horror. The tension, the way it was built up, the ending, of it, with Dewey obviously seemingly being killed and so forth. The scene where you know Sydney has to get out of the car right over Ghostface. I mean, it was so many great things about two. And I think sometimes people, unless you were part of that generation that watched it when it first came out, but I think some people kind of forget how good that movie is, and it was great, and it still is. It really still is. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Bluck is saying, I'll say it like this. I don't think every modern movie is bad and that they all copy. I think it's happening more often than not. I can enjoy movies, but there aren't many memorable moments or actors. Oh, well, that's too bad, man. That's too bad. Hopefully there'll be more memorable moments that you'll enjoy. I mean, I think it also depends, you know, if you're talking specifically about horror, or you're talking about any genre, I mean, I think that there's always going to be, those common threads through movies. I'm a huge action fan, and in action, that's always been a thing. I used to watch old action movies, with my dad, and he was a big fan, obviously, of Clint Eastwood, Bronson, all those guys. And, when I would watch the movies of my generation, the Stallone movies, the Chuck Norris movies, the Schwarzenegger movies, they were doing a lot of same things from the older guys, from the older movies, and then so forth and so forth. It just, add different angles to it. But that's just kind of how it is in movies. Same thing in horror. But I think that when you have certain filmmakers that put their own stamp on movies, or put these new angles, these twists to it, I think that that's when it's really special, and I enjoy seeing that too. And hopefully we do get more of that. Yeah. What's up? Anthony's in the chat saying, digging the backdrop night, all three posters, legendary films. Where does the OG Friday 13th rank in the franchise for you? Well, that's a good question. And this isn't a cop out, but we did do a video on that. Um, when we went through the Friday 13th franchise, which, by the way, if you haven't seen those videos, please do. We got the playlist, and man, we had so much fun going through each and every movie, deep dive, live discussion, and we also ranked the franchise, and we did a bunch of other videos that pertain to Friday 13th and the Friday the 13th universe and franchise. But I will say this without giving the specific placing away. It's in the top, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong. Because here's the other thing too. Friday the 13th is my favorite horror franchise, and since I was a little kid, that was a franchise that got me into horror. So I've literally seen all of those movies countless times, and especially the first 8, the Paramount 8. Um, so my rankings have changed over the years, and even as a YouTuber, because we've talked about these things either in video or just conversation. Sometimes it does shift a little bit, you know what I mean? But I will tell you this: like right now, I could tell you that it's in my top 5, and I'll put it to you that way. I'll give an even better clue. It's not number 1, but it's in my top 5. So I'll say that. Hopefully that that helps answer. Uh, Dre saying, "Ooh, I want to watch Halloween 4. That intro feels so Halloween." Yeah, man, Halloween 4. It is a good one. It really is. And when I was a kid, that was a special one for me. It was so special. I'll just never forget it. That's why it's always got a place in my heart. And again, we're going to be doing that on Sunday, this Sunday, on my good buddy Steven's channel, Craving Something Scary, as we go through what we're calling Halloween Fest. And definitely, check us out. If you haven't, um, go to our pages, and on the front page, you'll see that these are upcoming live streams. Give the video a like, hit the notify me button, and, stop by and say hi, join us for a little bit, or the whole movie if you can. It's going to be a blast. It really, really is. We're, we're just so excited to do this because we're big fans of the franchise, and obviously the anticipation for Halloween Ends is, through the roof. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're basically counting down until we get to Halloween Ends, and then we're going to be doing a watch party of Halloween Ends. It's going to be fun. So, but thank you for reminding me about that, Dre. I wanted to make sure I put that out there and let people know, because sometimes people don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. So sometimes you got to remind them. And Val's got the link. She's quick. She's quick. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Um, and Jamie's in the chat. What's up, Jamie? Saying good morning, night watchers. What's going on? Nice to see you. Uh, Conrad saying, Night, I'm going to start going to horror film festivals real soon. Hey, man, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, you should do it. You should do it. Trust me. Don't wait. Don't wait. Even if it means you got to travel a little bit, plan it out. And yeah, seriously, do it. Do it. Do it. And Val saying good morning to Jamie. And also, yeah, how was the camping trip, Jamie? If you want to answer that, hope it was fun and had a good anniversary and so forth. My man Gore's in the chat. What's up? What's up? I'm doing good, man. And if you guys have not checked out my man Gorephobe, check him out. And I know I left this comment on the video, man, but seriously, I had to go to a work training yesterday morning. I was literally on the road for in total, 5 hours, maybe a little bit less. But I listened. Well, yeah. I mean, I watched a little bit, at stoplights. But anyways, I was listening to um, your watch along of The Shining with our good buddy John Steele, and man, that was fantastic stuff, man. It was really good. Like it was very enjoyable. And I know some folks, they really enjoy uh, you know long form content. And if you are big into commentaries and things like that, and man, it was really, really good. I mean, I enjoyed, and we did Dawn of the Dead the week before, and I think that was fantastic too. But it's always fun when you listen to other people and their thoughts. So for me, as a movie fan, listening to you guys and not myself, listening to you guys talk about The Shining and all the little fun facts and the things that a lot of people may not think about. That was really good, man. Seriously, telling you, very, very cool. So yeah, check out my man Gorephobe. And Val, if you can put Gore's channel link in the live chat, that'd be great. Or Carrie, that'd be great. If you can't, that's okay. I will. But yeah, that was really cool, man. Can't wait to do Day of the Dead. That'll be fun. Conrad said, "Good thing you do these streams in the morning. I can only make morning streams now. They switched us people at work to night shifts." Yeah, well, and I'm gonna be honest, man. All of this, everything I do on the channel is based upon my own work schedule, and how much sleep I can get, which isn't enough. It never really is. But I really do the morning streams because my schedule changed a little bit to allow me to do it. And I had some people that said, they'd be interested in having an opportunity to be in a live chat for a stream like this, and opportunity to talk to you guys a little bit more than I'm able to, when we have a specific topic that we're covering in a live stream. So that was really the reason for doing it. And trust me, I did not expect it to be what it is. I really didn't think there'd be a lot of folks that be up in the morning like this, but there are. So as long as it's working for people, as long as it works for me, um yeah, I'll continue to doing it. But I'm glad you can join, man. It's always cool to see folks joining in. Yeah. And Jamie's saying we got 3 glorious days of sun, and then on the last day I woke up soaking wet. We had to bail and leave the tent up. I guess it had a leak. Had lots of fun though. The video is up. Well, that's good, Jamie. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I remember going camping once and it was friggin' raining, and man, we got soaked in the tent. Oh my god, I'm telling you. Oh, telling you, it's no fun. Um, oh, Jen, I hope you feel better. It's no fun having a headache. I'm telling you. Jamie saying, "Am I the only person who hates Paranormal Activity? I was bored to tears and wanted my money back." No, you're not the only person that hates it. I know a lot of people that aren't fans of it. It's funny. Dre saying, "James Wan is just an amazing horror director." That's facts. That's facts. He's a student. He's a student of the game, and I always appreciate people like that, because it shows the level of passion that they have. You may not always agree with what they do, but when you're a big fan or a student of the history of what you're doing, um, I got to give you respect. No matter whether I like your endeavors or not. And he's definitely a student of the game. Yeah. Let's see. And I know I'm way behind on the chat. Um, Jamie saying there aren't many franchises that I like a lot, but Saw, I own them all. Such a smart series of films. I agree, and we've been having so much fun talking about the movies. And again, I know there's some people that aren't fans of Saw, and just like anything else, and that's perfectly fine. But the conversation, and again, these were conversations I had with my brother years and years and years ago, and doing it live, it's been a lot of fun because it's just fun and it brings back memories of old conversations we've had. But there's a lot to talk about, so absolutely. Uh, Miss C saying, "Hey, Knight, if you have a chance today, check your Instagram messages. I sent you something that I think will make you laugh." That's always a good thing. And you do send some funny stuff, Miss C. You really do. I'm telling you. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. I'll definitely be checking it out. Gore saying, "You got to join my What If series I'm doing here soon, man." Yeah, man. Like I said, it's funny because it's such a cool idea, and like I was saying to you, I had some ideas of some stuff that I was thinking of too. Of course, it's so much to do and not enough time, but yeah, it's a great idea, man. It's creative, and there's so many ways you can go with it. It's pretty damn cool. What if Laura hadn't survived 78 would be right up your alley to join, in my opinion. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, because I love 78. I mean, there's so many ways that could have gone. It's crazy. It really is crazy. But yeah, that would be fun to do, man. Seriously. Conrad saying Child's Play and Scream comes to mind when it comes to consistency. Yeah, I mean, definitely for me, Scream is one of the most consistent horror franchises. They're all well made. And obviously, and especially when we talk about Wes Craven, those first four. He's the master. So I definitely think they were really really well made and consistent. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Val. I appreciate that. The link to our Friday 13th playlist. It was a lot of fun going through those movies, man. We spent a lot of time um, doing that series. The prep of it was crazy. I'll be honest with you. That was and I know I had said we've got another major franchise after the Saw series that we want to get into. Well, we've got two that we've talked about, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That Friday 13th, man, the amount of time it took per episode, it was crazy. And I was telling Coriander, I said, "Man, I don't know, man. I might have to take a little break before we get into something like that again." But it was a blast though, because every episode, we just had so much fun talking about it, and the people in the audience, they were just having fun. So yeah, absolutely. Jamie saying, I was too old for child's play. I found it more silly than my little brothers did. I was 15 and way more into boys at the time. There you go. uh, and Gores and everybody, don't forget to hit the like. Yeah, yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool, and I'd appreciate that. And also, if you guys get a chance, or Val or whoever, let me know how the likes are looking. I don't get a chance to look at them all the time. Anthony with a super chat. Thank you so much. $2 super chat saying overall thoughts on 2001 slasher Valentine. Well, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that. Um, Overall thoughts is it's good. It's great. Underrated. Um, and I will leave it at that. Without saying much more, because we we hint hint, we do have a series called Slasher Movie Club, and that's all I'm gonna say. But thanks so much, man. I appreciate the super chat, and always great horror talk with you, man. It's great stuff. So here we go. All right, but thank you so much for that, Anthony. I really appreciate it. I really do. Let's see. And Conrad, I know Conrad's a big fan of Valentine's, and I love Valentine, right? Yeah. Gore saying, thank you so much. Yeah, man, you don't have to thank me. It's just the truth. Just the truth. I've fallen in love with doing the watch parties. They're fun, man. They really, really are. Yeah. Blucka saying, Night, what is your favorite movie of the year? And if different, what is your favorite horror of the year? Well, hmm. Well, I think so far, and and we are going to be doing some content on it, so I don't want to get too deep into it. But um, one of my favorite movies of the year, well, there's a couple. Obviously, Top Gun Maverick, X, and the Batman and Barbarian. Um, I would say for horror, I might have to say Barbarian. I really enjoyed X. It's close. It's close. It's close, and I'm actually working on something for Barbarian, so I won't get too deep into that here. But um, it's close. But I will say Barbarian was awesome. It really was. So hopefully that answers your question. Little Miss Freak Show's in the chat. What's up? What's up? Saying good morning. Well, afternoon here, but hello. Good afternoon to you. Hope you're doing well. Great to see you. Great to see you. Dre also, and I knew this too, a big fan of Valentine. So, like I said, Slasher Movie Club on Mondays. Just saying, it might be happening. And thank you, Carrie, for putting Gore's channel link in there. Check out my man Gorefo. Just really cool horror talk, down to earth, and I've been lucky enough to do a couple of episodes with him on my channel and also on his. But it's always a great time talking horror. And like I said, that Shining watch along that he just did just the other night with our buddy John Steele, that was fun. That was fun. And it's a great movie, but the commentary the commentary. And here's the thing to me too, guys. Because obviously, even in this live stream, we've talked about movies we like, movies we don't like, and this and that. But even movies that I'm not a big fan of, it's interesting sometimes to hear about how it got to be where it is, or where it lands. Maybe the choices that were made by the directors and so forth. So yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Conrad just saying I just subbed to Gorvo. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. He's a good friend. He is a good friend, a bro. And you won't be disappointed. He knows his stuff. He really knows his horror. He does. We were talking about George Romero, and when we did Dawn of the Dead on his channel, we did Night of the Living Dead on this channel. And I'm a huge George Romero fan, and a huge, especially the Romero zombie movies. And I know a lot about them. I really do. But I mean, gore, he just has that extra level of knowledge on it, which is fun because then I get to learn something too. So yeah, it's cool stuff. It's cool shit. Little Miss Freak Show saying that she also loves Valentine. Lots of fun. Yes, yes. Very, very cool. And Carrie, you're all right. You are all right. Always helping to support the community. Very cool. Let's see. Miss C saying my sleep schedule is changing, Mr. Knight. Luckily for you, I happened to sleep well last night. Usually this is my mid-morning nap time. And I do know some people. It's funny because I would have loved to have slept in later this morning too. It was a long work week, man. I'm telling you, but I'm glad that you're awake. I'm glad you're awake. Um, Carrie saying, can't wait till February. I will be doing a Valentine Appreciation Month. That's cool. Very cool. All right. I like the idea. I really do. Jamie saying, it's a good thing I was camping only a 3-minute cart ride away from my house. We load up the golf cart and take off to the woods behind the old apple orchard. It's quiet, clean, and private. That's cool. Very cool. I like that. That's a great idea. Let's see. And I am way behind in the chat. It's crazy. All right. We got 34 likes, 26 people watching. That's awesome. You guys are all right. Millions in the chat too, saying the TV spots just keep on coming, right? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And we got another super chat from Anthony. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Saying, come on, man. James Wan or David Fincher. That is crazy. I could literally flip a coin. I wouldn't even be upset either way. I will say this. I think that James Wan has shown a little bit more what's the word I want to use? Range uh, with his movies. Well, actually, no. David Fincher has too. Now that I think about it, it's so close. It is so close. It really, really is. That's wow, man. I'm stuck. I'm stuck on that, to be honest with you. Because I think David Fincher is fantastic, and I also think the same of James Wan. But I think James Wan, the one thing about James Wan that at least so far, he's just really showing like these different places that he's willing to go, with his movies. And I think ultimately, he might have, the type of career that will be, more interesting, in that sense. I mean, you're doing horror movies and you're doing, these different subgenres of horror, and that's pretty cool, right? But then you're gonna do like a movie like Fast and Furious 7 and Aquaman and stuff like that, and it's like, wow, that's to be able to have that type of range and still be a really great director, and your finished product is really good. I mean, that just says a lot. So I might lean towards James Wan right now, but later on I could say David Fincher. But that that was a good question, man. It was tough. Wow. All right. Jamie saying X is my favorite of the year so far, but the year isn't over yet. That's right. That's right. Telling you. Let's see, and I'm almost caught up. Almost. Blucka saying for me, Pearl is better than X, but Barbarian might be better than both. They all have such different feels. It's hard to choose right now. Okay. All right. I haven't seen Pearl yet. I have not seen Pearl yet. So, Jamie. David Fincher or David Lynch. Jamie, I have a big suspicion that you'd pick David Lynch. I really do. You tell me if I'm right. You tell me if I'm right. Oh man, too funny. Dark Moon saying, "What was your favorite era, pre 9/11 or post 9/11?" I loved pre 9/11 for movies. Um, oh, that's a tough one. Hmm. I'd have to think about it, but I will say this, and again, it's not a cop out. But I mean, for you guys that are newer to the channel, we've covered a lot of stuff on this channel, and especially when we talk about horror and horror through the decades, the generation that I grew up in and my brother grew up in, and so forth. We've covered a lot, and as far as giving a foundation to things like this, and when we went through our horror movies of the decades, 70s, throughout the 2000s, there were a lot of great movies, but there were some great movies that we talked about in the 2000s as well, and there's great movies out right now. So it's hard to say, because I have a bigger catalog, of horror movies to choose from that's pre 9/11. But I will say pre 9/11 had great stuff. It really really did. And it's hard to imagine, in total it being outdone. I'll answer it like that. I'll answer it like that. But it's a tough question, but also a question that, it's hard to say, because right now, um, there's a handful of really great horror movies that I think have been made, post, and I think they stand up very well to the old classics that I love. But you know, I'm old school at heart, so that's kind of where I go with that. Carrie saying X is probably my fave, but Barbarian blew me away because it's just so smart. That's a great way to word it. All right. I like that. Stop it, Carrie, Ty West, or James Wan. You guys answered that. Stop. I mean, for me right now, I say James Wan. I definitely would say James Wan right now, but Ty West has had some great movies and is really, really doing some great stuff. So Gore is saying Ty West. All right. And of course, Jamie is going with David Lynch. I'd marry that man in a heartbeat. You guys. I like that. Oh, that's too funny. Um, Miss C saying, so far, Black Phone for me, but I expect Terrifier 2 will take over my top spot once I see it. Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think Terrifier 2 is going to be really, really good. Yeah. Yep. Um, let's see. And I'm way behind. Gore saying Ty West goes way back. Him and Adam Wingard have been collaborating from way back. That's true. That is very true. Dark Moon saying the door slammed shut. I couldn't open it to help. Then the tower came down. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was man, telling you. I still remember that day. I remember well, I should say that morning, when I was at work. Yeah, everything stopped. It was really crazy. And I actually had the family in New York at the time, so without getting all into it. But yeah, it was a tough morning. So I'll leave it at that. Yeah, very very difficult. Million saying Art the Clown has no chill, right? You got that right. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. I'm telling you. Um, and Dark Moon saying I can't go on a plane anymore. I definitely understand that. I think for a lot of people, I remember the first time I did after that. Yeah, that was an event for me, because I almost didn't do it, and I was doing it to go and visit family. So, um, yeah, it was really difficult. There's no doubt about that. It was really difficult, but at the time, it was something that I had to do. So, yeah, but it was very difficult, and it still is. It still is. I think that that's something that a lot of people still struggle with so much, like you were saying, Dark Moon. Miss C saying, I've been deep diving into some franchises I haven't seen or not all the movies in the franchise. I thought Amityville movies would be fun. Good grief, I didn't know there was 20 plus. Yeah, there's 20 plus movies, man. Um, the winner and champion and still king of a franchise that has totally just kind of been like, oh, I'm telling you. Um, talk about frustration. Yeah. Yeah, I when I first found out that there was that many movies in the franchise, and of course, it's by name. It's not a thing where it's like, okay, it's an actual story that's being continued, the way most people would think of for a franchise. Um, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, I can't believe it's that many movies. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, it is. It is. And let's see. Bluck is saying they could do a Jumanji horror crossover. God, jeez. I don't know about that. Well, nowadays anything can happen. Anything. Dark Moon saying my best friend was taken away by those bitches. I'm sorry to hear that. It's so, man. I'm telling you, it was it was really really rough around that time. It really was, and that sucks. It really does. So many people like really just so traumatized and just telling you. Little Miss Freak Show saying Amityville gets wild the further you go into the movies. Laugh out loud. Yeah, yeah, and it gets so wild that I stopped going into them. It really did. I can't lie. There's no lying. Uh, I tell you. Let's see. And we got a super chat. Thank you, my man Eric, the bearded entertainment, with a $5 super chat. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You have, well, I know Eric, because you're just so generous in this community. But super chats, man, I'm telling you, they literally keep the lights on for a channel. Saying, "What's up, Night, my man? What's your opinion on the new quote from Melissa about Scream 6, about how horrifying it'll be set in New York?" Man, I'm gonna tell you what. I mean, I was glad to hear it, right? But as well as I do, and on the collective, we've talked about this a lot. That's what we want, and that's what we're almost expecting, right? I mean, to me, if you're gonna be in New York, you gotta have that extra layer of horror, of terror, you know what I mean? Of just like batshit crazy. Or else why even be in New York, right? Um, Woodsboro being such an iconic setting for the movies, it's a small town, right? And even in three, or even when they're at college, you still had a sense that it was a bit contained, and of course that's how the movies were crafted, not necessarily, giving you the true sense of the locations of where they were at story wise. But we're in New York City now, man. So it's gotta get crazy. We've talked about our hopes for like, and we haven't had this since two, like a really good chase scene, something that literally keeps you on the edge of your seat, and not just for a couple of seconds. I'm talking about minutes, right? And can you imagine everything that they could do in New York? They literally can do things that Jason Takes Manhattan couldn't do because of budget and so forth. So I'm really hopeful, man. I'm really really hopeful, and I think that's one of the things I'm expecting the most out of Scream Six. And if they deliver, it's definitely going to already have a leg up, in my opinion. But if they don't deliver, it's already going to be sinking my vibes on it, you know. But anyways, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the super chat. I mean, you're always just so supportive, and man, you rock, man. But I'm glad to see you here. But let's do something else here. Here we go.
Are you okay?
I think we should get our food to go.
I'll be right with you, buddy. You gotta see the shape of this fucking guy that just walked in.
Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it, man. Seriously. Jamie saying the only two Amityville movies I recognize is the first two and the remake. Otherwise, the others get the gas face in the hand. That's good. Oh man, that was good. Jamie, that was great. The gas face. I haven't heard that in so long. I might have to start using that. Jamie, if you should record the audio for that one. That was really, really good. Um, that caught me off guard. That was great. And speaking of which, let me play Jamie's little quote here. This audio quote that she was so kind enough to send to me. It has nothing to do with this, but it's just funny and it was good. Here we go.
Winnie the Pooh has always been a little off. I mean, he doesn't wear pants. That is hardcore as fuck.
There it is. So, if you're feeling creative, Jamie, you definitely could throw this comment in audio form. That was great. And it's true, though. I agree. The other ones, poof, I just don't watch them, seriously. Um, Carrie saying, and very true, hearts going out to you, Dark Moon. Definitely, definitely. No doubt about that. Let's see. Little Miss Freak Show. Is there, come on, a haunted vibrator? Come on. Really? God, man. How the mighty have fallen in a franchise. Absolute craziness. Wow. That is hilarious, isn't it? You're right, Jamie. Jeez. Jeez. Um wow. Blucka saying, Knight, what were your thoughts on the From Dusk Till Dawn TV series? Oh man, that's a great question. I really I could put it this way. I couldn't believe how much I did enjoy it because From Dusk Till Dawn is one of my favorites from back in the day. And I thought to myself, oh, they're gonna make a TV show on it, it's gonna suck, and I will say that was actually around the time that I started to kind of ease up on my idea of remakes or making something into a TV series or whatever. And this show was one of the ones that kind of opened me up to that a little bit more because I enjoyed the TV show. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but I enjoyed it. And it could be also, me and my brother at the time, we were watching the TV series together and we'd have conversations about it, things we liked or things, we thought they should have done different or whatever. So it was fun for the conversation and the connection, that I had with my brother. So that might be a big part of it too. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I got to go back and check it out. It's been a while since I've watched them actually. So yeah, absolutely. Dre saying Come on, Knight. The chase scenes better be there. I'm not playing. Right? And that's what I want to see. I want to see that. They've got to, right? They've got to, man. If they don't, you guys are going to hear me rant on this channel. You probably hear me rant on the Lethal Collective too. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff. And we have, whoa, hey, we have a new member. What's going on? Eric, what's thanks. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. We have a new channel member. I really appreciate that, Eric. Like I said, you're always, geez, man, you're always so supportive of everyone in the friggin' community. Is absolutely crazy, man. And it says that you are at the John Wick level. Wow, bro. Thank you so much, man. Like I said, my good friend, Master Chaos, who, by the way, I've talked about him a lot recently. A good friend, a brother, wonderful in the community, who had to start his new channel. And when he was telling people about it, and by the way, if you haven't subscribed to Master Chaos, please do that. The link for his channel is in the description of this video, and so forth. But he talked about how YouTube channels, they were like, at a TV station. You have, these different stations on TV, at least back in the old days, anyways. And he talked about how the support is what helps to keep the lights on. And I said, man, that's a great way to word it. Like, it really gave me a visual. But seriously, Eric, thank you so much for doing that. It really, I know you know very well, because you support, and you're a big supporter of Steven as well. And it just helps us, man. I mean, you know how much time we put into doing this, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And man, you all right. You are all right. Much love, bro. Much love. And for that, we've got to play something that's going to be fun. So sit back and relax, because you know what, Eric, you're there, and I'll be there too. Wonderful beginning, which went like this.
Don't. No, stop. Oh my God.
So that's what I'm saying. And here's another one for you, Eric.
This. Like this. Swing your hips, me. Oh, swing your hips. Fire! Swing your hips.
Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. Seriously, that's awesome stuff. Oh, I love those clips. Seriously. But seriously, Eric, thank you. I really appreciate it so much. Seriously. And let's see. Jamie, I will record that ASAP. All right. I appreciate it. Eric said, wait, you mean you don't like Amityville in the Hood? You know what? Right. Oh man, one of these days, it is funny though. I will say this, because we did talking about some of the Amityville movies just to have like shits and giggles. Who knows? Maybe we will. It'd be crazy. Seriously, it'd be crazy. Gary said, "Scream 6 better be better than Cox internet service right now, Night." Right. When Fate said that, it was so funny, because he said it and he didn't even realize it. Like, it's the way he said it, because it was like so innocent. Oh my God, man. We laughed so hard. Oh, that was great. Thank you for that, Carrie. Blucka says, that's what I was thinking when I watched that TV series, Laugh Out Loud. The later seasons started to become comical, but it was still watchable a bit. Yeah. I definitely didn't. When they first said they were doing it, I was just like, come on. And my brother actually I think he saw the first episode before me. And he said, no, dude, just check it out. And usually, if one of us say that to the other, we take it pretty serious, because we're very similar in our taste. So I watched it. I was like, holy shit, this is all right. I thought it was going to be a shit show. But again, that was one of those series that just made me start thinking about things a little bit differently. But yeah, yeah, the later seasons kind of, that first season, that was the one, man, because it's like, wow, I just, I didn't think they could do something like that was worth a damn. What did I know? What did I know? Val saying, "Welcome to the Nightwatch family, Eric." That's sweet of you, Val. Eric's always been part of the family, though. He's always been there. But we really do appreciate it, Eric. Seriously, it's just I'm blown away, man. I'm stumbling, but thank you. Missy saying, I think you missed first time I asked Mr. Knight, do you think OG Halloween would have went on to be such a big success if Jamie Lee had not survived the first movie? Um, I think it still would have been a success. Maybe not as big of a success, in the 80s, throughout the 90s, because Jamie Lee Curtis became such a big star. And especially in horror, she started doing, other movies. And so that kind of led to a lot of her mystique, which of course led to the character's mystique in the movies. Um, yeah, so I don't know. That's hard to say. It's a good question. It's definitely a good scenario question. I'll have to think about that some more. But I think it still would have been a success. I just don't know if it would have been as big of a success. It would have really depend, because if she didn't survive, what would they have done in Halloween 2 in 81? You know, I think that's actually the bigger question. What would they have done for the sequel? If they had done something that was good, then yeah, I think it could have still had a really good trajectory. But if they did something crappy, I don't think it would have fared as well. So that's a good question, though. Yeah, good question. Let's see. And Miss C saying, "Hey to Eric." Carrie saying, "Welcome to the Night Watch fam, Eric. You guys are all right. You guys are all right." Gore saying, "Hey to Eric too." All right, all right. Eric saying he's my favorite. I'd the characters on there of the characters on there. What? I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that, man. Blugga saying, Knight, did you ever see the TV series Penny Dreadful with Eva Green and Josh Hartnett? If so, what were your thoughts on that? I hate to say it. My brother always makes fun of me. But both of us have done this with each other. We'll say, "Hey, man, you got to watch such and such," and the other just didn't get a chance to see it. I have not had a chance to watch it. I've seen a few clips, and from everything I've heard, it's really really good. Let me know what you think, Blucka. I mean, do I need to move it up on my list? My list is incredibly outrageous, but do I need to move it up on that list? Let me know. Um, Jamie saying, "Poor coriander." I know, man. When we did that episode, and a lot of people don't know, or maybe they've heard me talk about when we did that was an episode on Slasher Movie Club. That's where that song came from, and the whole anthem and all that type of stuff. And when I played it, Coriander didn't know I was going to do that, so I kind of, I pulled the prank on her, but she hates the song. I mean, it's not like she hates it because it's bad, but it was just such an odd song for the movie. But that's what made it cool to me. You know what I mean? So, and now it's kind of an anthem. So it's all right. It's all right. Very, very cool. Cody's in the chat. What's up, Cody? Good to see you. Saying, did mine not go through night? I'm not sure. Let me know. Let me know. I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Did you mean a question? If it's a question, I probably skipped over a whole bunch of questions because there's so many I'm scrolling through. But let me know what you mean, man. Eric saying, "Can't hear I'll be there without singing along." Right? Like now, like it's a thing. It's too funny. It's become a thing, and it's fun, and it's kind of like it's an anthem. It's an anthem. Very very cool stuff. Um. Oh, and Conrad saying Penny Dreadful is one of his favorites. All right. All right. Um, let's see. Polar saying another thing I felt Scream 5 was lacking was humor. except for when Dewey said, maybe you're the killer, because that cut deep. That line was 10 out of 10. I want more chase scenes and more comedy for Scream 6. Yeah, I think they definitely didn't have as much heart, or maybe I should say charm is the word. I don't know, but the comedy is kind of part of that, and I agree. 5 didn't have that, which it is too bad. But I agree with you, Polar. I agree, and that's why when Dewey got killed, I was so pissed off. I was like, "Oh my god!" It was just, and yeah, man, and we met David Arquette at Monster Mania. It was fantastic, and there was this little girl in the line ahead of us that had said something along those lines, like, "I was so sad when your character died," and the look on his face was just like, "Oh," and it was just cool seeing his reaction to a little fan, and like I said, he was a great character in the movies, and hey, I don't know, it's too bad. Too bad. Jamie saying, I love Jason X. I know many people don't, but I am totally entertained by it. I am too. I am too, man. It's a fun movie. They have fun with it. It's got great kills. I'm a fan of it as well. I really am. And I can't remember where I ranked it in the franchise off the top of my head right now, but it wasn't at the bottom. I think it was in the middle, if I remember correct. But yeah, it's a fun time. It's a fun time. Miss C saying, I knew I was in trouble with Amityville Cop when I looked at the timestamp and said it was an hour and 8 minutes. Yeah, right? That's a good point. Conrad saying, what are your thoughts on Guillermo del Toro? He's a genius. He's an absolute genius. Look, let me tell you something. Guillermo del Toro is so good. I mean, all of his projects are so creative. Like I think he's kind of what I was talking about earlier. When you're a student of the game, like I was saying with James Wan, that's Del Toro is the same way. He knows his horror history, and he's become so creative the way he tells a story, the way he directs, the projects that he chooses to do, and I just love his stuff. I really do. He's fantastic, and Conrad saying too, he's one of my favorite horror directors. Absolutely, yeah. Little Miss Freak Show saying Jason X is a favorite of mine. Yes. Oh, absolutely. And like I said, check out. We had a fun time on the Jason X episode when we went through the Friday the 13th series. That's in our Friday 13th playlist. Check that out. We had a blast with it, and we also did a watch party of Jason X. We had my good friend Killjoy Jake from the Lethal Collective on with us, and we were cracking up through that watch party. Just a lot of fun stuff. You know, it was really really good. Um, so check that out. It was a good time, you know. Gore saying my 15-year-old son loves Del Toro. That's cool. That is so cool. Yeah, he's fantastic. He really is. Blucka saying Penny Dreadful is pretty good if you like monster stories. That's what I've heard. That is what I've heard. Yeah. Eric saying John Wick. Oh, okay, I got you. At first, I was like, "What?" When you said he's my favorite character on there. Oh, you're all right, man. That's what it's all about. Pick the popular characters. I love it. Thanks, man. Seriously, I got no words, man, but just much appreciation. Blucka said, Eric, you got me cracking up here. And also, if you guys, if you guys get a chance to, on my good friend Steven's channel, Craving Something Scary, when we did the People versus Stu Mocker, and it was such a funny live stream, and we had so much fun. Eric, you were hilarious in that. So was Jake, and also Gory B movie. You guys were cracking me up. We were laughing so hard, um, and sometimes we were laughing when we shouldn't have been laughing. But that's what made it fun. So yeah, check that out, and you'll get a sense of just some of the craziness uh, that you get with all of us, including Eric, the Bearded Entertainment. Bluckazan, I think I enjoyed it more than From Dusk Till Dawn TV series but it has been a while since I've seen both. Okay, Penny Dreadful. Yeah. I'll move it up on the list then. Yeah. I'll move it up on the list. Cody saying no, the milestone for my membership. Oh, let me just check. For some reason on my laptop, it doesn't show the milestones, but it will show it, and it's kind of crazy. It will show it on my phone though. Let me just see if it shows it here. Yes, it does show it. That is so cool. And it says 3 months, 3 months milestone. So thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. And morning thoughts on red sneakers on Michael. Um, that is a good question, which I cannot answer because I have a video on it. But I will say this: there's no doubt that this movie is going to be interesting, and whether that is a good thing or a bad thing remains to be seen. But I am still just like, I'm just so excited with which way they're going to go with stuff. It's like I'm just sitting there just wondering, because usually when you go to a Halloween movie, what you're going to get. Michael's killing people, whatever. He's going after his sister, or he's going after his niece, or, same old thing. With these movies, they've really, if nothing else, and I know not everyone is a fan of the movies, or maybe they're a fan of one and not the other, or whatever. But the one thing that they have done is they've really tried to change up the format, and I really appreciate that. As a longtime fan of the franchise, this franchise is 45 years old. For them to do anything that is different or new or somewhat fresh, or the approach being new or fresh, that's a win right there for me personally, for me as a fan. So, but yeah, but thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, it's a very cool milestone, bro. A very cool one. And I don't know why it doesn't show on my laptop, but I don't know. I don't know if that's StreamYard or if it's YouTube, but it does show up on my phone. Crazy, crazy, crazy. 17 Ninjas in the chat saying, "What up, Night? What's going on?" All right. All right. Let's see. Oh, and thank you, Jamie, trying to help me out with that. All right. You're all right. You are all right. Jamie saying Del Toro was supposed to direct a new Silent Hills game with Norman Reedus, but Konami canceled it. Boo. Right? Yeah, that is boo. If Del Toro wants to do something, you say yes, please, because he's just so creative. He really is. He really is. Bones is in the chat. What's up? What's up? And Little Miss Freak Show saying Del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities looks interesting. It does, doesn't it? Good call. Good call. I agree. It looks interesting to me too. Telling you. Good call. I like that. You guys are on it. Eric saying, man, that was such a fun stream. It was, wasn't it? I'm telling you. When you were queef, it was just some fun stuff. And then when we would be we would be kind of whispering into the microphone, and Gory was like, stop it, stop it. Oh my god, it was fun. It was so much fun, seriously. I knew we'd have fun with all of us together, but I didn't know we'd be laughing like that. We really had a blast, man. It's almost like I want to do like a redo of it. But it was a blast, man. Jamie saying, Night, do you have the YouTube chat set to live chat? If not, you'll miss comments. Yes. Yes. But for some reason in StreamYard, which is what I'm using, it will show when chats come up, or if someone becomes a member, but it won't show the anniversary milestones. But usually I have my phone with me here too. And it'll show up on my phone, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'll have to look into that though. Yeah. Oh, no problem at all, Cody. No problem at all. No problem at all. And Carrie saying that she loved Crimson Peak. It's one of my favorite paranormal films. It's just so beautiful. It is. It is, Carrie. Good point. Very good point. Michael's in the chat. What's up, Michael? What's up? What's up? Let's see. Jamie saying, do you play video games night? What's your favorite? Well, first of all, do you play video games, Jamie? Let me know. And what's your favorite? For me, I do not as much as I used to, just because I just don't have the time, which kind of is a bummer. But I used to play video games a lot. I like games like The Last of Us, and I did get into the GTA phase as well, which was pretty crazy. um, Stuff like that. I don't get too crazy. I play some sports games too. Um, yeah, yeah, that's about it. But I don't play video games as much as I used to. Wish I could though, and there's some great games out there. It really is. But Resident Evil, stuff like that is fun. I used to be into Call of Duty, and um, all that stuff. But I don't play as much as I used to. Let's see. Cody saying, I watched The Black Phone twice now. Such a good movie. It is. Yes, it is. It really is. And Jamie saying, I know. I know nothing of these things. I don't even have a community tab yet. Oh, don't saying sorry. That's okay. No, you're helping out. Trust me, I need the help because it's tough to do everything, with the live chat and all these things. So I appreciate it seriously. And it's funny because especially when you're using different streaming platforms, like with StreamYard, I've used StreamYard for months, and well, actually now like 2 years, and I'm still learning some things about it. Of course, sometimes they will drop new features or change things a little bit, so it's crazy. But yeah, it's all good. Let's see. Cody saying, "Did you know they have a Cobra Kai game night? You might like it. Is on Xbox and PlayStation." I didn't know that they did. That's pretty cool. That is cool. I did not know that. Or if I did, I forgot. That's pretty cool. Little Miss Freak Show saying to Jamie, me neither. You guys are all right. Michael saying the Evil Within game is good. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I haven't got a chance to play it. I want to play it though. I know though. Um, I'm lucky in a sense because I have friends that are really big into gaming, so they usually kind of keep me in the loop. But yeah, no, that's a good call. That's a good one. Well, guys, we're at the point where I'm going to refill some coffee and yeah, and do that and see how it goes. Um, let's do this. I'm going to put up, and I think we had done this in our last morning stream, but just so that for some of you guys that may not have been here, or if you have a different answer that comes to mind, let's put up a scenario for you guys while I'm getting my refill of coffee. All right. Okay, so and just to read this off before I get my refill for some of the folks that listen instead of being able to watch us. Scenario number one: a man you accused of a crime was innocent, and you find out after that he is sentenced. He escapes while you're home alone on a dark and stormy night. You hear someone break into your house. What do you do? And again, the parameters for this is you really did accuse someone of a crime. He got sentenced. He broke out. You are home alone on a dark and stormy night, and someone breaks into that house. Tell me what you do. Tell me what happens. All right. We'll let you guys throw some answers to that while I get some more coffee. All right, guys. Well, let's see what we've got for some answers here. And we got Outside the Nine in the chat saying, "What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing well today. We're doing pretty good." Jamie saying, "I have a PS4 and an Xbox 360. I like stuff like Alan Wake, Silent Hill 2 and 3. Wow, Silent Hill 2 and 3. All right. Madness Returns, favorite game of all. Control's a good one. Actually, and I have played that a little bit. Not as much as I wish, but that's a good call, Jamie. All right. Let's see. Cody saying, "Do you think they showed too much in ends like they did with Kills trailers last year, or are they doing a good job?" I think they, in general, are doing a better job than they did with Kills, but they are going into that territory of, okay, don't show anything else. I will definitely say that. They could have just stopped with that first teaser trailer, to be honest, but yeah. Let's see. Jamie saying, "I also have a PS1, but I keep that pristine in the box. It's worth quite a bit." Yeah. Jordy saying, "I used to like playing GTA 5, but wouldn't shoot the animals. I preferred Mario, Sonic, and Toe Jam and Earl." Ah! I like that. That's all right. Oh man. All right, so let's see if we have any answers to our scenario question here. Let's see. Miss C saying, "Well, first off, I'd make sure it was the person I falsely accused." Okay, and we're going to assume that it is. You guys are too funny. Jamie saying, "Hit him with the bat. This stuns him, and I run out the back door, jump on the golf cart, and head for the woods. He'll never find me there." You got the you got the game plan. All right. You got the game plan. Let's see. And you guys are saying hello to each other. Eric saying, "Apologize for the situation. Offer him help," all while pointing 1911 at him, just in case he's too upset. Okay, there you go. I like that. That was good. Too funny. Miss C saying, "I then lock up the house, call the police, inform them what's going on, try to reason with them, but making sure I have a loaded gun. If reasoning doesn't work," yeah, all right. Okay. There you go. That's a game plan. Let's see. Too funny. Mine's a two-part answer. I hit send button too soon. All right. All right. I got you. I got you. Marquise is in the chat saying, play the World War Z game. It's awesome. I haven't played that one. I've heard it was pretty good. Conrad saying, apologize for the inconvenience and that I didn't know it was going to get that bad, and explained to him that I was just a kid. I like that. Explain to him I was just a kid. That That's good, man. You win. That was good. I like that. That was good, man. Michael saying, Knight, do you have a PS5? I do not. I do not. Not saying I wouldn't want one, but yeah, I don't. It's a bummer. Little Miss Freak Show saying, I'm a little delayed. Dogs had to pee. I would hide in my shed. If he found me, I'd offer him a puff puff pass as a peace offering. Okay, that's even that's good. I like that. All right. Now, Carrie saying, my answer was higher up. Oh, I didn't even see it, Carrie. See, now once you guys were starting to talk to each other, it's like I was just scrolling past, man. Scrolling past. I don't even know if I can find it, Carrie. Carrie, if you can, send it to me again. Yeah, let's see. Oh, no, I see it. Okay. So you don't understand my charm fully because someone can be mad at me and yet still have ways of changing their mind about me. I'd apologize in full sincerity, then offer them food, and we'd watch a movie. Okay, okay, Carrie. I like that. Gosh. Oh man. Okay. Let's see. Val says, so was mine. Yours was up there too? Wow. I went right past it. All right, give me a second. StreamYard does not make it easy to scroll up and down. Okay, I see. Val saying, grab my phone, go hide somewhere, and call Jamie to come over with her bat. That's good. That was all right. Oh man, you guys are funny. Oh Lord. All right, hold on. Let me just catch up here. Dark Moon saying, grab a knife and look for my pistol if needed, and risk going out for my axe just in case. Wow. All right. You're covering it all. That's all right. Jeez. Ooh. You guys aren't playing around. Okay, so this is another thing I want to throw out there, guys. And you guys definitely if you have an answer to this, I'd be very interested in it. I've been talking to some friends and stuff about ghost stories, and come to find out there's a lot of ghost stories out there, and a lot of people that have experienced them. So what I wanted to do in this live stream, and I was going to do this earlier, but there's always just so much that we talk about, and just comments to read and talk to you guys and so forth. But do any of you guys have any real life ghost stories or experiences? And if so, let us know about them. Now, you don't have to go into big detail about it, but you could just let us know that you do, or you don't, or if you believe in that stuff or you don't. It'd be very interesting. And I might have one or two that I will share with you guys. So let me know. Let's see. I'm just gonna catch up here. What's up? Brandon's in the chat. I like Scary saying, what's up, Night? Ends is almost here, buddy. Right? I know, man. It's gonna be crazy. If there's one person I know, well, there's a couple, but I know, Brandon, you're probably just, every morning you wake up and you probably glance over at that calendar. You're like, we're so close. We're so close. I'm in that same boat. It's crazy. It's crazy to think it's that this close to coming out. But I can't wait, man. I can't wait. And they're vowed too. Less than 4 weeks now, right? Oh, it's crazy. Jamie saying, I love ghost stories and I'm a believer. All right. Dark Moon saying yes. Okay. Very cool. Jamie, I have too many experiences to list here. Ooh, that's cool. All right. Coffin Cruise in the chat. What's up? And please make sure you guys hit the like button. That would be amazing. Brandon, yes. You wake up, you glance over that calendar, and you're like, so close. You X out the days. I know what you're talking about, man. Yes. Jordy saying, I saw my mom after she passed when I was 12. She spoke to me, and I watched channels about ghost stories. Very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any. And while you guys are doing that, let me just pass on one or two to you guys because I'm really big into them as well and reading different accounts. I do have a couple that are personal, but I also love collecting and also reading ghost stories as well. So let me just pull up a couple for you guys. All right. And again, you guys can continue to throw out either a quick experience or if you are a believer of ghost stories. This one is called, and I'll just read it to you guys real quick. The Blackpool Ghost. And for anyone in the UK, you might know this one. But anyways, it says Blackpool is the UK's most popular seaside resort. For years, thousands of holiday makers from all over the British Isles and the world have flocked to the Lancashire town to take in its many attractions, from its famous Golden Mile and its illuminations to its wonderful sandy beach. But aside from its famous tourist attractions, Blackpool also has the odd resident ghost or two. The most notable one has been reported is the phantom that is said to haunt the ghost train at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. The ghost goes by the name of Cloggy, so called because he is the spirit of a ride operator who used to wear clogs. Witnesses claim to have heard Cloggy walking around inside the ghost train, the sound of his clogs clattering on the tracks, making an eerie, spine-chilling sound. Many of the staff there have reported hearing these strange footsteps. Cloggy died about 20 years ago, but his is not the only spirit that haunts Blackpool's attractions. His friends include a possible female ghost in the arena. There are also specters in the Star Pub and the Sir Hiram Maxim's gift shop. Staff working late at night, walking across to the Tractor Bay, have felt really cold, chilled to the bone, and an awful presence. At the Star Pub, there have been sightings of shadows and a male figure in the cellar, living accommodation and Morgan and Griffin bars. He is said to bear a resemblance to Karl Marx. 5 years ago, 2 workmen claimed to have spotted him. 4 years ago, a figure was seen at 3 a.m. walking through the bar before disappearing. The ghost of a small female child, aged about 9, is said to have been seen at Sir Hiram Maxim's gift shop. Sir Hiram Maxim's Flying Machines is the oldest ride at the park, built in 1904. And about 3 years ago, an item moved itself overnight to a completely different spot. You might think that all these spooky happenings would frighten the punters off. On the contrary, they're still flocking to the pleasure beach where the ghosts are seen as part of its rich and illustrious history. All right, so that's our first one, um, which, yeah, I mean, it's pretty damn creepy to me. So, tell me what you guys think. But let's see if you guys have any others here. Um, and Conrad saying, gonna have to get off night. This was a great stream, like always. Talk to you later. All right, man. Catch you later. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Miss C saying, not me personally, but my cousin's sister who passed had some experiences she was convinced was her dead sister. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. Jamie saying, my granddad passed the day after my wedding. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Jamie. A year later, when I was pregnant, he visited me during a lucid dream and told me he was watching over me, a very simplified version. Oh, wow. That's something. A year later. Wow. Daisy saying, had a creepy sleep paralysis experience for 2 weeks after playing with a Ouija board when I was younger. No! No, 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 no. Oh no, you were playing with a Ouija board. Like, no, we don't do that. No, no, no. Wow, that's crazy. That is. Have you ever had anything else? Since then, Daisy? I'm assuming maybe not, or you would have said, but if so, let me know. That's crazy. Wow. Carrie saying, there's a house my family grew up in. My grandfather passed when I was a baby, so I never got to meet him. Oh, in a living sense. When my bro and I played hide and seek, I saw his hand reaching out to me. Ooh, wow. Let's see. Little Miss Freak Show saying there's a lot of folklore about fairies where I'm from, Newfoundland, Canada. I'm pretty sure I saw a changeling as a child. Ooh, wow. That is something. Oh man. Wow. Extron's in the chat. Jeez. Oh man. I killed someone. It's too late. I don't know, man. Jordy saying people are currently at Blackpool to see the illustrations. They're on until sometime in November, and people love them. Wow. All right. I didn't know that. Dark Moon saying my ghost stories made me not want to look out my window at 3 a.m. at all. Ooh, yeah. Extron saying, wait, hold on. What's the name of this game? Oh, we're just talking about real life ghost stories. Yeah. Jamie saying, I know of Blackpool. Someone who had a thing for me once told me they wanted to take me there. Whoa. That's creepy stuff. Polar saying, anyone ever experienced sleep paralysis and seen the old hag? I used to wake up completely unable to move. And this old lady could be on my chest, rocking back and forth. Felt like I couldn't breathe. You know, I actually did have sleep paralysis once as a kid. It was really weird. Maybe I'll tell that story in full at some point. But yeah. Miss C saying, weirdest experience. Sister of dead cousin's grandson was playing some type of ghost finder game, and it found a ghost my dead cousin's age and sitting in her favorite chair. Oh, that's creepy. Ooh. Val saying, the house I live in right now, I would say, is haunted by the past owner. Died in the house. Many strange things have happened here. Ooh, that's a good one. Wow. Dark Moon saying, one night I was texting my friend back on those old phones, the flip ones, and I looked out my apartment window and saw this man walking down the street singing a rendition of Daisy Bell. Wow. And this man I knew to be dead. Well, he had died 2 years prior, and he attacked me and nearly killed me until I pushed and he fell off of a bridge after being hit by a taxi. I still see him everywhere I go. Wow. And this is still happening? Good gosh. Wow. Well, that's something. Um, Jamie saying, that was crazy. Jamie saying, when I was 3, I floated above my body and hit the ceiling, freaked out, and fell right back down into it. I also have a second story like this, but it's too complicated to tell in short form. Wow. Wow. That's a good one. Jamie, you'll have to tell me that one. If you get a chance to, you could either send it, a DM or something. That is crazy. Patrick saying, I would see my wife for about a month. After she passed, I can still feel her squeezing my hand once in a while. Oh man, wow, that's crazy. Polar saying, my bestie and I used to play with a Ouija board. My light in my room wouldn't turn on before starting. We thought nothing of it, and then the board spelled out light. It turned on, almost shat myself. Wow, and that's why we don't play with Ouija boards. We don't. Oh man, too crazy. And I know I'm way behind on here. Little Miss Freak Show saying, I have a few supernatural stories and might do a series on my channel about them. That is cool. That is cool. I'm really interested in them and have really thought about doing more stuff with it. It's really interesting stuff. It really is. Let's see. Miss C saying, I sometimes have dreams where a loved one is in danger and I'm unable to help them. Usually a few months later, the person dies. Happened 4 times. I hate the dream. It scares me. Wow. Now that is crazy. Oof. That is crazy. I can understand that. Dark Moon saying, the man named Mike is now called the World Trade Ghost to my friends, as I saw near the Trade Center and the towers were still standing at the time. Wow. All right. Carrie is saying, so I had a childhood friend who lived in a haunted house. They had to sleep downstairs together. I spent the night and saw a dismembered spirit in a laundry basket. It scared me. Never came over again. Oof. Jeez. Jamie saying, when I was 13, my friend and I got a hold of some beer and drank it. I got drunk. Mom was angry, but she helped me anyway. I didn't get a hangover. The next morning, my grandma called and said, what happened with Jamie? I feel like I have a hangover, and I know she drank last night. Get out of here. Really? Wow. Whew. That's a good one. Jordy saying, there's a castle about 3 miles away from me that does ghost nights. It's apparently very haunted. Ooh, now that would be something cool to check out. Here's a question for you guys. If you had the chance to spend the night at a castle that is haunted, and it really is, there's no question about it, it is truly haunted, and you had the opportunity to spend the night there, would you do it? And that's just a simple, you don't have to get into a deep explanation, but just a yes or a no. What would you guys do it? I'm gonna be honest with you. The smart person inside of me is saying no. Is saying, you have seen way too many horror movies to be doing something like that. But there's the part of me, the curious part of me, that, and it's hard to explain, you guys probably understand, but there's the curious part of me that is, I don't know, maybe always wanting to learn or maybe experience things, even though I have experienced some things, but that part of me would say yes. So it'll just be a question of which part of me wins. But the smart part of me is like, hell no. Easily. Patrick saying, yep. Polar saying, I would 100%. Little Miss Freak Show saying, yes, I would, but not alone. Carrie saying, does anyone remember the show they had on the Sci-Fi Channel, Scariest Places on Earth? Linda Blair hosted it. The woman from 16 Candles narrated the stories in it. I remember that show. I gotta check that out again. I love shows like that. Let's see. Jamie saying, I live an hour away from a place called Lilydale. It's the spiritualist capital of the world. Looks like a little Smurf town. Once car streets, psychics everywhere. It's fantastic. All right. That is very, very cool. Very cool. And let's see. I want to make sure I catch up here. Let's see. Carrie saying, I definitely would. All right. There's that. Jordy saying, also, my mom fell asleep when she was meant to be picking me up from school, and grandma woke her up after she had passed. I was walking home with my neighbor when she got there. Wow. And Polar saying, Carrie, I was just Googling that show to post about it. We synced. Laugh out loud. I was obsessed with that show. Yeah. That's a good show. I gotta get back into that. Dark Moon saying yes, especially alone. All right. Happy's in the chat. What's up, Happy? That lobby music, though. This is better than lobby music, though, isn't it? No, I'm just playing. What's going on? Saying hello or hey to everyone. All right. But yeah, if you guys, let me know if you have any other interesting stories. And also, would you spend the night in that haunted castle? That's one thing that, like I said, if you had the opportunity to spend a night in a haunted castle, would you do it? Like I said, I don't know, man. I really, it's hard for me to say I would. But then again, it's kind of like, I'd be so tempted to do it. I really, really would. No doubt. Let's see. What else we got here? Polar saying, Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction is another classic. That is a good one. Yes, I do remember that. I thought I had another one. I can't remember the name of it. What the hell was the name of it? I'm trying to see if I can look it up. But if you guys know of any other good shows like that, let us know in the live chat. Let us know. Let's see. Gosh, what was the name of that damn show? That's the way it always works. When you have something kind of going in your head and you're like, yeah, I remember that. And then you're like trying to actually say it and it's like, oh, I can't remember what it was. What the hell was that? It'll probably come to me when I least expect it. Let's see. Little Miss Freak Show saying, Beyond Belief was awesome. I forgot his name, but the guy from Star Trek hosted it. Yes. And I want to make sure I catch up on you guys. Happy was saying, I loved Beyond Belief. I was just watching that last weekend. All right. What a coincidence. It's just crazy. Carrie saying, when I was young, I found a news clipping and asked my mom about it on Teabury Road, small town. A girl was harmed on that road, and they say on the anniversary you hear her screams. My dad heard it before. Wow. Polar saying, a castle, yes. Asylum, no. I agree. I agree. Jamie saying, I have more stories, but we'll have to do a show about it or something. I have so many. There you go. That's right, Happy. That's right. You know what's going on. Jordy saying, I definitely would if my dog couldn't be with me, but I still don't think I would. My dad and uncle lasted 4 hours in a haunted castle. Ooh. Wow. Yeah. Jamie, I'd stay in a haunted castle. I ain't scared. I like that. Oh man, Dark Moon saying William Shatner by any chance? William Shatner did do a show like that, didn't he? What show was that? Gosh, oh, I can't remember. There's been so many good shows like that. Seriously. Well, thanks, Marquise. I appreciate that. Some of my favorites. Some of my favorites. Let's see. Carrie saying, another one. My dad went to Baker's Mansion, known to be haunted by a woman in white. My dad was waiting in line and saw spirit feet walking past. Proof. News clippings shows the spirit feet walking. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Little Miss Freak Show saying, William Shatner did an urban legend type one, I think. Maybe it was urban legend one. That's a good question. Yeah. That's a good one. It's crazy. Right? That's what I was thinking is, oh, wow. Very, very cool. Well, I'll tell you what. If you have any other, because we'll be winding down soon, but if you have any other ghost stories you'd like to share, feel free to leave them in the comment section. That'd definitely be some interesting stuff. And who knows? Maybe what we'll do is we'll talk some more about those specifically, or ghost stories in have that as our main conversation, because I think it's some interesting stuff, and it seems like there's so many people that have experiences. I've had a few myself, and obviously you guys as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Cool stuff. Also, just to throw it out there, like I was saying earlier, we're continuing our Halloween fest, and that'll be this Sunday. We're going to be watching Halloween 4. It should be a blast, an absolute blast, and that'll be on Craven Something Scary's channel, so it'll be a lot of fun. 4 is, like I said, it's a special one for me. It really is. Val saying, I have some really freaky pictures I took when we went on a ghost tour in Charleston, South Carolina. I will have to share with you on IG night. Yes, absolutely. That'd be cool. Yeah. American Turkey Burger saying, I'm a truck driver in Kentucky and drive past the sanitarium that John Carpenter visited in college that gave him the idea for Michael. Creepy, man. Ooh, yeah, that's cool. I like that. Very cool. And speaking of scary things, and we were talking about ghost stories, but to kind of go back into regular horror as well, scary things. I just want to put this out there that we will be continuing Halloween Fest, and I'm really, really excited about it. And for you guys that were with us for Season of the Witch, I think that you guys had a blast, and we were really having a really good conversation. And I'm wondering if, let's see, one other thing that I thought, because now I'm thinking maybe that was the show. I'm really stuck on this show. It's one of those things like, I know I remember that. But, anyways, it'll probably come to me and I'll let you guys know about it. Maybe through like social media or something like that. Carrie saying, I'm a sucker for the paranormal, and when I was younger, I used to have deja vu all the time. It was crazy. Nice. I've had some weird deja vu too. Yeah. Yep. Other things too, like we mentioned earlier, we'll be back on tomorrow night with our Saw 5 discussion. Also, do have a couple of videos that hopefully will be coming out a little bit later this afternoon. So please check those out. As usual, the like button is a friend for any content creator. And if you can, just to easily support the channel, please hit the like, leave a comment. And we also have some really cool stuff coming up. And we've talked a little bit about those things, a lot of things that we've also teased. But I want to just say, and I haven't even made an official announcement of it yet, so you guys are the first as far as viewers that are hearing this, but we're going to be doing something special, um, around the Halloween season as we did last year. Last year we had a really fun community project. We had a lot of friends, a lot of great content creators that joined our project, and we were talking about something that was really, really cool. So I just want to show a quick. I also want to show a quick clip of it, and a reaction that was that was absolutely priceless from a good friend of mine. So let's check this out. Movie moments of horror.
Here we go. A family affair. What the fuck is a family affair? Yeah!
Movie moments of horror.
Here we go. A family affair. What the fuck is a family affair? Yeah!
That's my good friend, Strange Monkey. So we had a good time last year when we were talking about the scariest moments in horror, and as you saw from his reaction, uh, his moment had topped the list. So it was a really cool thing. So, anyways, we're definitely gonna do something else that'll be really, really cool, and it'll be a really cool community thing. So, anyways, just throwing that out there. Carrie saying, hit the like button before we go. That would be great. I would really appreciate that. And Val, thanks for putting the link in for Halloween 4. And it'll be really, really fun. This whole idea of the Halloween Fest has been really, really fun to put together. And Little Miss Freak Show. Yeah. Strange Monkey. He was happy. He got the #1 spot last year in our scariest moments of horror. It was really, really cool. It really, really was cool. Marquis saying, congratulate. I came in first place in Special Olympics. Oh, congratulations. All right. And Val saying also, just to remind people to comment in the comment section. That also helps as well. So anyways, that'll be all we got for today, guys. But thanks so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. And yeah, it was some really good ghost stories too. So like I said, if you have some really good ones, definitely, yeah, check them out. Put them in the comment section. Or if you have some good ones that you want to be talked about, get in touch with me. That was some really cool stuff and some scary stuff too. So anyways, I'll catch you guys later. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Nightwatch. Peace.